G'day, this is Captainoob, and this is the burst shotgun, or if you're playing Fallout 1, it's called the Winchester City Killer Combat Shotgun. Now, that's a little bit of an upgrade to, let's say, a street sweeper, so that's a big claim for a shotgun to be able to kill entire cities, but I guess if you had enough shells and enough weapon repair kits, you could eventually get the job done, but, you know, it might take you a little bit of time to do so. So what this is, it's a 12-gauge shotgun, it's got burst fire capability, and you will fire burst fire all the time. I believe it is backed by the commando perk because I was using a scope on this thing before to see if I could get sniper knockdowns, and that didn't happen. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's a commando weapon. Obviously, it's got animations because it's a bullpup design shotgun, meaning the magazine and all of the action happens behind the triggers, allows for lots of barrel space with that overall length of the weapon. Very advantageous for accuracy and also close quarters maneuverability. Let's get into the attachments. First of all, we've got the receivers starting at 97 damage, all the relevant perks. We can get this up to 155 for the advanced receiver. That might not seem so impressive, but you got to remember this thing's going to be firing pretty fast with the burst fire capability, so that might seem a little bit better than what we're seeing on the weapon card right now. I've got other problems with this thing, but we'll talk about that as we get to it. So here's the range on this thing right now. 47, that's like nothing. That's like less than that's melee distance with Blitz 2 kind of distance. So, that might be difficult, but we can increase that a little bit to 71, also increase the accuracy a little bit with the marksman barrel there. We'll get a little bit of AP penalties with it, but the ability to hit targets out from a little bit further distance with a little bit of damage, definitely very useful indeed. And now you can have change the furniture, so you can light, infantry, marksman, so if you want to gain even more accuracy, then marksman's a pretty good way to go, but there's plenty of things here to do, including there's some wood furniture there. If you want it to be lore friendly, no, I'm just kidding, there's also range, and yeah, you get the idea. We'll go with the marksman one. And for a magazine, you can have a quick eject version of the standard, there's extended versions with a quick eject variant, and of course a quick eject drum, normal drum if you want that as well. Doesn't really look like a drum to me. I suppose, I don't know, there's a little bit of a casket magazine design happening there. That'll give you 21 rounds in a magazine, which is a lot less than your standard 32 out of your drum mags of a standard vanilla game combat shotgun. Got iron sights right now, you can have glow versions of that. A laser sight, which you'll aim without using the sights at all, just sort of point it like a CSGO weapon. You have a reflex sight, advanced one, makes the reflex sight a little bit better. A marksman reflex sight, so we can complete the trinity of marksman attachments on this thing, so why not? We'll throw that on. There's also options for scopes, which is not particularly useful on this weapon, seeing as you can't actually change the ammo types, but there you go. There's also a legendary variant here. Legendary modification is providing this slot, so we'll go away from that. And you can change the aiming downs thing. So you've got iron sights at the top, the backup iron sights when this thing runs out of battery, so you can use those top iron sights. We'll just go for the actual scope itself there. I think that'll be just fine, and I believe that is about it with the burst shotgun. So we're kind of missing any extra flavor for the rounds, which is funny because I believe that Fallout 1 had different ammo types, at least for like 10mm and normal conventional ammo, but it's a shame that we aren't seeing like 12-gauge frags or dragon's breath, or flechette rounds, or 12-gauge slugs, pulse slugs, all of that stuff from New Vegas. They could have added in, like, magnum shells as well. So I feel like that's a little bit of a missed opportunity, but, you know, pending further updates to this mod, we might see that soon. There's also a unique one. I'll show you how to get this one a little bit later. This one cannot be modified, save for legendary effect, again, provided by legendary modification, but we'll leave that as is. This one fires the gas ammo, so we'll have to see how that one goes. Also appears to have a suppressor on the front. Hang on a second. I'm missing something. Oh, here's an interesting tidbit for you. So this one, you'll notice, has -5 range, which means it has all of the range. Every single shot that I hit is going to be doing maximum damage, which is fun. That's just a bug with how Fallout 4 works. But the way you do this is you equip a short barrel, and that gives you an attachment muzzle slot. When I throw the suppressor on, that'll make my range in the negatives there. So if I use a long barrel, that'll go to 41, and the short barrel obviously doesn't have that much range to begin with. So yeah, I think overall the range on this thing should be increased, so it's at least competitive with a combat shotgun, because if I wanted to be running in this close, I'd rather be using like a Disciple's Blade or something instead of this, because you don't have to reload the Disciple's Blade. Think about what the Legion use in their knives and stuff. They don't have to reload those. They don't jam on them. So yeah, that might be something worth looking at, because like 53 range and 95 here at maximum. I mean, that's probably on the better side, but this one, just like, no, that's not going to work. This weapon will spawn as part of the level list post level 12 on raiders, gunners, railroad people, and legendary forms as well. Right now, we're at Cleo's, and we've found a tactical burst shotgun for 173 caps. That's a bargain. Thanks, Charisma Stat. And there's unique in this mod. It can be found in the switchboard, which is around here. You go here through the trade craft quests. There's a little donut shop nearby. You can find a pipe just up the hill. Follow that through. If you don't have tradecraft, you're going to need a hacker rank 4 to actually get in here. But you'll find X1 prototype accelerator in quotations, and looks like it uses the Gauss rifle ammunition, so a Gauss version of a burst shotgun. Very nice. Attaching the long barrel instead of the marksman barrel here, we will lose a little bit of accuracy, but we'll gain a little bit of a thread on the end of that barrel, and with that thread we can add muzzle attachment slots. So you can have a compensator that'll increase your recoil control, a choke will increase your range and accuracy even further than what you can with a marksman barrel, so that's obviously the best thing you can do for a shotgun, even if you're sacrificing AP usage. A muzzle brake will help you control recoil. If the recoil is terrible and bad, that might be a very good choice for just reeling in that recoil and make it easy to hit follow-up shots, considering we've got a burst fire mechanism on this. A spreader is there. If you're discharging from a downpipe onto a roof, by law you have to have a spreader there to make sure it discharges properly, but this is a shotgun spreader, so it's not a roofing thing. So what the spreader will do for a shotgun is increase the spread, which means your accuracy over range will be terrible, but shots in close quarters will be less forgiving, or more forgiving, if you're not entirely accurate. There's also an option of a suppressor, which will decrease your range even further to a point where it doesn't really justify getting this little bit of extra damage out of it. You're gonna have to be really close to actually see that utilized anyway, but we might check out that with a different burst shotgun. But for now, I think the choke is the best all-round option for this thing, and that's what we'll go with. So marksman barrel will just leave for a different version of the burst shotgun. Welcome back to the immersive Gunner Plaza, and I've just got a feeling that we might struggle a little bit today because, well, shotguns, they're usually pretty hit or miss when it comes to their damage output, and from what I've seen so far, at least from the weapon card, it might be a little bit of a struggle to get through. So here's our reflex sight. That's what it looks like, and there's what it's like firing this weapon. Obviously, the burst firing is very fast, and you can make that even faster if you just spam on the trigger, but the recoil is a lot of recoil. By the time you finish with the burst, you're aiming up there, which is going to be nowhere near where your target is, unless you're shooting down at their ankles, and by the time you've released that burst, or finished the burst, you might be shooting at somewhere around their chest. So maybe aim for the crotch and let the recoil do the rest, I suppose. But there's the reload animation, and in third person, reload animation looks like that. Pretty nice. Here's a couple other variants that I made. This one is that unique variant. The Gauss version, which is just a 3-round burst between reloads. Now, we can exploit and bypass this reload if we just use quick hands and VATs. And then compared to real time, we'll have a lot less downtime for reloading with this thing. Here's the one that I made with more recoil control attachments attached to it with a different reflex sight. And of course, the suppressed one, which has the glow sights and a little bit of recoil control on it, and with that shorter barrel, but with the suppressor, it's got infinite range anyway. So yeah, that'll be interesting to see how this all pans out as we get into it. But I suppose we'll start by, maybe we'll just go around the side. We'll be sneaky. We'll be sneaky today. We start off with the suppressed one, maybe take out that turret, just to see how we go. Yep, that's what I was afraid of. 1 damage, and that's, I don't know, maybe the range here is a little bit messed up, but we'll go at close range. Well, that's better. And it looks like with a couple of bursts we can drop them, so this might be, we might be looking at a very close range sort of shotgun, like point blank range type of bayonet attachment sort of shotgun setup here. But one thing I noticed about this thing is it's very, very efficient in VATS. Mysterious Strangers even come out to play. Even in, like, normal VATS, this thing will be firing for days and days and days. Thanks, Mysterious Stranger. Appreciate that. So, I suppose if we play this like Fallout 1, a little bit of a, I suppose, a turn-based sort of combat system where we just take turns waiting for our AP bar to refill before taking out enemies. Good luck if we get Mysterious Stranger. Then maybe we can do pretty well with this thing. And if we add crits into the mix, well, the damage I think is quite impressive. So this might be a very VATS exclusionary gun. And let me just get this reload done very quickly. There it is. Yeah, we can get the job done without VATS, but without all of this recoil we're fighting at the same time, it's just much easier just to hit him like that. So I believe if you can find a lucky version of this out in the world somewhere, then you're gonna be laughing. So far, so good. We're not having to charge in and take on all of the gunners at once, but I've been fairly impressed with this thing so far, at least in terms of its VATS potential. Not really lacking much else of it so far, so maybe if that was the aim of this mod to be a very potent VATS-centric shotgun, then I can find merit in that. But worth mentioning that I am playing on very high difficulty, which is cutting my damage in half before we even get to the enemy's damage resistances, and there we go. There's Gunner Commander over here tanking everything up. Easily fixed with a good old-fashioned crit to the face. See, if we had perks like Shotgun Surgeon in this game, I think that would go a long way to making shotguns really good. But I think if we utilize the... Why'd that gunner fly around? That was weird. If we utilize our unique version here, yeah, that'll definitely do the job. And what we could do here is just get a huge gun foo streak. Since we've got all of these gunners sitting around, we may as well make use of all of this. And one few as well, why not? That'll be an automatic crit. Now we just sit back and watch the show, and hopefully it doesn't skip targets because the reload's long. Okay. I don't know if I've got I may have a Gauss shotgun mod installed, which adds a lot of explosive damage. I'm gonna crit this guy because screw this guy. Yeah, cop that, mate. I don't know if it was meant to do that much damage, but that was certainly very strong. It's a very jarring power increase compared to what we're using with the standard ones. But again, I'll probably have to consider the fact that this thing starts spawning at level 12, which would mean it's like I suppose it's supposed to be like a mid-tier shotgun. The mid-tier weapon like it was back in Fallout 1 before, you know, you had that awkward sort of end game where you start speccing. Well, that's weird. Excuse me? Am I fighting Terminators now? I'll try that again. Okay, that one was slightly more successful. I don't know why. Was I just out of range there? What the hell was going on? I don't know, maybe that guy had like super mega ultra buff out, had his wheat bix this morning and was pretty much bulletproof. There's something about those combat shades that he was wearing made him immune to all of that headshot damage. I don't know what that was. That was an anomaly. So we're cutting through the packs pretty easily here, but we've still got so many gunners around and such a little time. So little time to kill them all. Luckily I don't give myself a time limit with these things. I try to aim for under 10 minutes. Usually guns do it before 10 minutes, but if we're running around chasing gunners like this, I mean, it's going to be pretty easy for us to track them down one by one and kill them as is, but not being shot by like 10 dudes at once, that's a good way to survive. But yeah, it just might take time tracking them all down as we wait for this reload. Be patient. Let that reload happen. And I think this will be the perfect door breach weapon, so maybe I'll do that in just a second. And his legs are crippled, so there's no reason to stick around and do that. Oh, he got up. Didn't expect him to use a stim pack there. Smart gunners thinking. about their situations, and you are going to get critted. Kind of wasted it there. I was waiting for like a 4-leaf clover proc there actually to get that done, but all right, what have we got now? Still some gunners sitting around on the ground. We should have a pretty good. Never mind, he's taken good cover behind that radioactive dead tree there. See the fallout, it soaks into the timber and it makes it super hardcore. Stops all of those buckshot rounds. Or they just have like fake trees out here that are made out of metal to specifically take cover behind in the event of a mad shotgun wielding woman destroying everything. Use those crits. Really pushing above this thing's intended range there, I think, but making it work and still chasing gunners around. Here we go, this is death from above right here. Perfect. All right. I've only got one door breach left, which separates from me from victory. And look, I brought extra armor along too. If this didn't work, I'd switch to the Secret Service armor, all spruced up with the, it's got the Sentinel's legendary effect, so I could just stand there and take bullets all day whilst they're doing their thing. Anyways, let's, we'll go for our door breach maneuver here and switch over. Well, got the job done. Wasn't as elegant as I thought it'd be, as I envisioned it to be one burst into there to kill all of the gunners. But we got the job done, and we may have punched above this shotgun's weight here, but I definitely feel like it took a little bit of time to clear out Gunner's Plaza. But we made it, and with minimal injury. But, oh, there's no classic holstered weapons component on this. Well, that's interesting. Gotta fix that one. I can't wear the gun. What's the point of having it if you can't wear it and everyone can't see it? Alright, this time we have slipped into something more comfortable. This is Secret Service armor, but not as you know it. This is not a direct port. This is the one that was made by... Is it Newermind 43? I don't know, but it's got the look, but it's less bulky, so it looks cooler. It looks a little bit less silly. It also uses the power armor helm for the non-power armor helm. But anyways, there's the Swan. He doesn't appear to be aggroed for now. So what we'll do is we'll get his attention by shooting him. Oh, he's got head tracking. Look at that. That's actually kind of creepy. Stop looking at me. Don't look at me. Take this. And now we begin combat. Now, I think we might struggle a little bit here, just quietly. If we didn't have to take so long between shots, what I think I might do is I'll just utilize this thing exclusively either in VATS or just in bullet time VATS and try to summon as many mysterious strangers as I possibly can. See that? He's doing like no damage at all. You see, you kind of get strong. You're immune to bullets and damage when you're not in your fucking beach togs all the time. Am I doing any damage? No. Okay. Okay, what about this? Is this shotgun just completely busted because it's got -1 range? Oh, there we go. Okay, so there is range there. I'm guessing I'm a big liar about the infinite range thing that I was talking about before. That might work with other things. Did you see him? He threw that rock backwards. Anyways, try to creep into range here. That's a lot of damage. And hopefully soon we'll have the mysterious stranger show up. But I'll just activate this crit whilst we're going. There he is. Alright, so you should start taking pot shots at him, doing a little bit of damage. We are tanking this for days. See how this just takes the whole tension out of it though? If I just sit here and tanking it, then you're just watching like a slugfest of me just shooting him over and over. And maybe that's not as fun to watch. Who knows? Alright, let's switch to a different one here. This one should be slightly better on its VATS AP usage, and by now, we could be getting into nerd rage territory. Not quite there. Gotta watch the screen blur. There it is. There's the nerd rage. 131 damage for all those pellets that were hitting him at once. Okay, that was a pretty useful use of it, but... Okay, we're going back to the beach now, so we can slip into something less comfortable. Alright, I just want to try this shotgunner stealthy thing once. I know I'm going to have to be basically right next to him to get this to work, but... However, if I use the VAF slow-mo, that should reduce his reaction times if I attack him from behind, just like a rogue would in like a Dragon Age game or something. Oh, the mysterious stranger has shown up. That's possibly a bad thing because now he's going to aggro the bloodthirsty. Look at his eyes glowing there in the night. That's scary. And now, I gotta run. Run! This way. And get out of bullet time VATs as well. We might have to... Okay, he's following me. That's not terrible. Just Droidecker out of there. He's no match for Droideckers. Keep going. Keep going. Alright, now side. To the side. Okay, we'll try that again. Okay, there's some fights happening over there. I think one of them's got one of those grenade launchers that always knocks you down, so... Ooh, maybe I should reload this thing first. Did I have it reloaded last time? Who knows? Anyways, so same deal. We'll add it even add criticals in the mix. Okay, Mysterious Stranger has shown up again. Immediately, he's aggroed on the Mysterious Stranger, so a little bit of a frenemy there. But we can keep going, I suppose. Maybe slip back into caution. Is he gonna find me? No. Kill the Mysterious Stranger, would ya? Ah, haha, nice. Cop that. Alright. Now, we fade back into the shadows. And then we sneak. Slow motion, can't see us. Plug a bomb in his ass. Add a critical in the mix. Mysterious Stranger shows up again. Honestly, he could finish the job. Maybe. It's like I'm hitting him for nothing. Alright. A worthy sacrifice and then a challenging bloatfly. You sure you want to do this? Yeah, I would have thought that the shotgun would be a little bit stronger versus a bloatflyer, but what can you do, eh? And do I want to do anything about this gunner incursion at Warwick Farm? Not really. You're on your own. Good luck. Alright, so I don't usually explore this, but I kind of am curious to see just how capable the tactical burst shotgun is in the hands of NPC. So I brought some followers around. We've got Tammy, Camille, Ayla, and Kylie to help us. And, yep, you're following. That's good. And we're going to take on the bears, which might be a pretty difficult task. And look, they're all jumping for joy already. I think they're thinking this fight's going to be easy. I'm going to try to make it anything but. Alright, so we've sort of drawn aggro already. What I might do here is, well, it's kind of a roughie, but if I hit around the leg area, we might be able to splash damage around on all of the other bears. That's one mutation already, so that's a good sign. And that's a kill, I see with the XP. That one's almost dead there. That one's on the way, and whoops. Let me just get this crit going. Oh, perfect. Alright, 2 bears left, 2 small bears, and 1 big-ass bear. So that was a pretty good start. If we can get a quick Mysterious Stranger proc, we can use that to tank a little bit of damage, but I might just go on mob duty here. Pretend I'm playing Fallout 76 or something, and they're fighting the boss, and I'm just there for the XP. Yeah, we've all done that. Okay, I got hit there by nothing in particular. I lost no health from that. We'll use this critical on the bear. Alright, Mysterious Stranger is out. That bear's been taken care of, so is that one. So it's just the main one left at this stage. Mysterious Stranger just copped that bear hug. That's good. That's what we want. And Kylie, you're going to revive her. I'll do it. And whilst you're getting up, we've got all this shots and VATs. And Ayla looks like she's being hunted down. So, let's shoot him. 6 damage, 8 damage now from all the way back here. And we're like getting no range penalties either. So, yeah, that's pretty bad. I feel like the range could be upturned a little bit. Just a little bit, you know. Light him up. Try to get as many staggers as possible. Hoping for another Mysterious Stranger proc here. Looks like Tammy's going for the revive now. I heard the stim pack go off. Alright, Mysterious Stranger is back and ready for action. Hopefully he makes something of himself. Alright, we did it. Almost died there because I got hit in quick succession close to that kill there, but here's something you could always do to get your health back. See, radiation regenerates the energy in the energy shields, so that's helpful. Anyway, so it looks like the NPCs can use it quite well, but any problems that I had with this thing, they had, like, as well. So they could do a little bit more damage because they are NPCs and they are on this mode, on this very hard difficulty, but I think you get the idea. So that there was the burst shotgun, and I'd say it's a pretty faithful port to what this thing was back in Fallout 1, and like visual-wise, I think it's great, but I think the numbers, I think, could be improved a little bit, just a little bit of a buff, but as it stands, it's sort of like a early to mid-game shotgun, and perhaps that's where it needs to be in terms of where the modders developed it to be, where it's actually balanced. So maybe I'm just saying, thinking this thing should be a little bit more higher power than what it actually is meant to be. So personal preference, I wouldn't mind a little bit stronger out of this, but I can respect the modder's vision if it's meant to be like a early game type shotgun or roll. But anyways, if you like to see this thing in your game, check out the link in the description. Should be down there. Thanks for watching, guys. Should be an Xbox port as well. PBW is pretty reliable when it comes to this porting nonsense, as that vertibird's flying around.